And on today, we're going to talk about one of the coolest shows ever made, folks. Love, Death, and Robots. Have you seen it? I've seen it. I've seen every episode, at least twice? Some of them 3 times. It's on Netflix. And oh my God. Every story involves a robot. The whole thing is sci-fi. Each are different little tales. Some are 10 minutes, some are 7 minutes. Completely different stories with completely different characters with completely different types of animation. They have like old school animation, like 2D animation. They've got sophisticated ass, 3D CG animation. I mean, but the stories. I mean, it's created by Tim Miller, the director of Deadpool, and David Fincher of David Fincher. And guys, I mean, Netflix has made some pretty cool stuff. Some great stuff. Stranger Things is amazing, right? It is probably one of my favorite shows. But I don't know. In my bones and my guts, I think I'd have to immediately say Love, Death, and Robots is my favorite Netflix show they have ever done. I mean, the stories that they pick, the execution of these stories are profound and amazing. And I'm still thinking about this. And in a world, folks, we're bombarded with just everything, right? Bombardment. I mean, in the sea of bombardment, Love, Death, and Robots is like a flickering light in darkness. It's I go right to it. I mean, I'm gonna in fact do even more episodes on this, but I want this first one to be spoiler free. Because I can't believe how good it is. Apparently, Tim Miller and Fincher have been trying to get this made for years. At first, this was going to be a feature film. So now more than ever, am I grateful for Netflix for making the show happen. I mean, again, guys, Love, Death, and Robots. I think this may be a short review, folks, because in fact, there's going to be more reviews talking about this stuff and more specifics, some of my favorite episodes and so on. But all I can say is I cannot believe how good Love, Death, and Robots is. It mirrors my very soul. It goes into all the amazing sci-fi stuff. Yes, there's some cool stuff. Yes, there's some cool visuals, but philosophically, morally, tonally, how they're exploring characters, what kind of stories they're telling, what that says about us and our humanity and our dark side and our light side and our gray side. I mean, these stories, the best sci-fi can just reflect who we are. And I'm telling you, everyone is oh yeah. But even some are just fun and wild. And this is the best possible kind of sci-fi. And I think they're getting a season 2, but I can only pray for more of these and just have there be a season after season after season of Love, Death, and Robots. There's going to be more reviews on this because this show is so fucking amazing. I got to talk more about it, but spoiler reviews where I go into in-depth detail of some of these episodes. But it's just to say, folks, if you haven't seen Love, Death, and Robots, you have to watch it. I don't care if you don't like animation or if you're not a sci-fi person, you have to check it out. The first episode, oh man, is a great one to start. But you can watch anyone at random, and it doesn't matter. It will still be magical and amazing. So this is my first review on Love, Death, and Robots. If you enjoyed the video, please hit like and subscribe. And I am obsessed!